Today we're going to be stenciling these pretty dark tiles that are in this laundry room. The dark with the walls kind of contrasts too much. I think we want something a lot brighter and light, so that's why we're going to be painting our base white and then stenciling it. And we're going to be doing a multi-colored look within filling the stencils. So I want to make note of a lot of colors we have going in the room that I want to pull into the stencil look. We have these really beautiful blue and white dishes, as well as these cream colored walls. I'm going to be using gold to match the walls, this dark blue to match the blue in the dishes, as well as this light blue, which also goes with the dishes really nicely. And we're going to be using our Italian Verona Tile Stencil. And a little fun fact, Verona is actually the city where Romeo and Juliet takes place, so it's a very Shakespearean look, very classic, and I think it's going to be really fun when we pair it with all of the bright colors. And because we're using a lot of different colors, I would recommend using a small roller or a paintbrush. But before we start stenciling, we need to paint the base of our tile white, so I'm going to be using a foam roller, a painting tray, and some white paint. Don't forget, you're also going to want to clean and prime your tile before you get started painting, and I ended up doing about 2 coats in total. And since we do have a lot of little details we need to stencil in, I used a spray adhesive to make sure the stencil will stick really well to the tile, and I'm also going to be using some tape just as a double measure. And you can paint your tile however you would like, but I'm going to be using the gold on these outside areas, light blue for the center, and then I'm going to fill the rest of the areas in with the darker blue. And when picking your colors, it's always a safe bet to go with complementary colors. Blue and orange are extremely complementary and look really well together, so gold along with these blues is automatically going to look really nice, but I would also encourage you to experiment with different pops of colors. And then my favorite part of every video is pulling up our first stencil to see how it looks. It's honestly so satisfying to pull up stencils, and I get so excited to see the first look. Additionally, not only are we painting different areas in our stencil different colors, but I'm going to do every other tile differently. As you can see in this one, we have gold in the center and dark blue on the outside. And as you can see a little better here, like I said, I'm doing the stencil 2 different ways, and I'm doing it every other tile. The stencil also creates this really cool ring where all the tiles meet, and because we're alternating our colors, it's also creating a multicolored ring. Another really important thing to make note of is to make sure that your lines line up really well so it looks like one continuous pattern. Alright, and it's time for the reveal. I think it turned out so cool. The colors played together really nicely, as well as we have this really sophisticated and classy stencil pattern that works really interestingly with the fun, bright colors. And as you can see in this before and after, this really helped brighten up the room like tremendously. The transformation is unreal. The room looks so much brighter and more lively. Head to our website to check out more of our stencils, and don't forget to tag us on social media with your stencil art.